Hello everyone. So I decided to make a video of how important it is to follow your inner guidance. There's so many wonderful teachers out there. There's so many great books and spiritual healers and things like that, and most often they're coming from their own experience. I mean, yeah, we have channels and they're channeling energy from the universal realms, which it doesn't relate to everybody. There's so many different ways that our souls are learning and growing through this experience, and I always encourage my clients and anyone I talk to always check within. For me, I was told you have to have goals, and then you need to know the outcome, and then they say let go of attachment to the outcome. But how can you let go of an attachment to an outcome when that's what you're thinking about? How can you let go of the goal if that's where all your mind is, and then it doesn't give you room to actually experience life and the inspiration that flows, and life knows what it's doing. You were created from this infinite vast universe, and the universe knows what it's doing, and so often we try to control it, we try to manipulate it, we try to make things go our way, and that's not always beneficial for our soul's growth and evolution. Sometimes things are challenging, and we learn and grow through those challenges, and it's so valuable just to surrender into the moment, surrender into the love, surrender into whatever is happening into your life, and always ask yourself, what am I learning? How am I growing? How is this serving me? And what is happening in my life that's teaching me more about me? No teacher can teach that to you. That's all questioning that comes from you and your higher self. And I know there's a lot of mind stuff in the way. There's a lot of conditioning in the way, and that's the beauty of doing healing. Seeing that stuff that's in the way, just like Michelangelo. The prize is at the center, and we come into this world and we have all kinds of stuff thrown onto us, and then once that stuff is removed, we get to experience the love light of who we are, and we get to experience the truth, and we let that truth lead, guide, and direct us. And yeah, it's great to have support along the way and to learn from these teachers, but don't be attached to their teachings is all I'm saying, because what works for another might not work for you. And what do we consider good or bad? Good because things go our way, bad because it doesn't. But every experience is divine. Every experience is serving our growth and our evolution here. Every experience is beautiful, and when we can look at it that way, it transforms that energy and allows us to learn what we came here to learn, allows us to experience our minds beyond, quote, the ego, which to me that's just a fearful part of us that wants to know that we're safe. And we're always safe. It's just the mind doesn't think we are. So it creates all these things, these rules, and following other people's ways, and that's fine. Like I said, don't get me wrong. I'm here to share my experience, and I'm just here to share it. And I encourage you just to check within. Hey, does this relate with me, or does it not? I know for me, for many years, I was in and out of 23 years, I was in and out of hospitals and treatment centers, and them trying to make me do it their way. And yet every time I left, I resorted right back to the eating disorder behaviors, because I never had a sense of self. I never had that self-confidence within myself to make my own decisions. And that's what I'm suggesting. I'm just suggesting, always check within, always make those decisions based on what your heart says, not what your mind says. Those affirmations are good. Everything always works out for me. The universe is on my side, which is true. Everything is working out for you. The universe is on your side. However, if you don't see that happening in your life, if you're not feeling it, there's some misunderstanding going on within your consciousness. And that's great to look at that. Look at what you bought into, the beliefs and the misunderstandings and the views that you have about yourself and the world, and let yourself just become aware. I say awareness is the first step. And now I say just allow the universe to correct. So when you're aware, it's already done. The light is shined on it. Relax into the knowing that the universe knows what it's doing. The universe does. You were created by the universe. You are a divine, beautiful creation in the mind of God. And the thing is, we try to control that. Everything is working in your favor, but you have to really get that at a deep level and surrender all these ideas and all these concepts and all these rules that you think you need to live by in order to be okay. You are inherently good. You are inherently loved. You are naturally loved. You are naturally lovable. You're naturally worthy. You're naturally deserving. But I can tell you that all that I want to, and whether you believe it or not, that's something that you have to take, and that's a feeling that has nothing to do with saying it from the mind. It's a feeling inside. I feel worthy. I feel deserving, and that will be reflected back to you in your world. Not necessarily in getting the $1 million or the girl or the mansion or any of that. That feeling sense that you're taken care of, the feeling sense that you're provided for in ways that you feel loved, in ways that you know that everything's okay within your soul. So I hope this video helped you in some way, and feel free to comment below. Feel free to comment below on ways that you are going to now listen to you. What are you going to do today when you're in a situation and you have to figure things out, which we really don't have to figure things out, but you have to make a decision right then and there. What are you going to do to stop, and what are you going to ask yourself? What are you going to ask yourself? What would someone who loves themselves do? And as you're asking yourself, what would someone who loves themselves do? Pause for a minute. Pause for a minute and go within. And notice the first thought, feeling, or image that comes to you. That's your higher self speaking to you, guiding you in this situation. Practice this every time it's time for you to make a decision. Take a deep breath and close your eyes and just pause and just wait for the answer. The answer will come. It might not come right away. And if it doesn't come away, I encourage you just not to make the decision right then and there, because most often we react from fear. So it's so important and it's so valuable. This is helping you in so many ways. It's helping you become more confident making your own decisions instead of looking for the outside to make decisions for you, which never really helps you on your path of self-empowerment. The most empowering thing you could do is make decisions for yourself and know that everything works out, because even if you make a decision and it doesn't work out, quote, your way, it's working out because your soul is growing through something in that experience. So that's where the trust comes, and that's where this human experience is so valuable, just to embrace everything as a divine experience, because it's all just an experience. It's the judgments that we have against it that creates the pain and suffering. That's all just an experience. The good, bad, right, or wrong, take that away. Those are labels. Those are labels that can limit us, because we are inherently good, and there's no reason to even think that there's something that we do or say or happens in our life to prove that we're good. We are good. We are naturally good. We are naturally lovable. We are naturally worthy. We are naturally valuable. And it takes a lot of the removing of the gunk to go into that space where you can really feel it. And that's the essence of who we are. So I hope this video inspired you in one way or another. And I hope that you are now starting to embrace the love, the beauty, the joy that lives at the core of your being. All right. I love you.